Welcome to Diva Spot. 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 You're tuned in to that on the spot diva. From east to the west coast, her grind's off the meter. That blog talk Shira. Products log on and tune in, cause the lines might be tied up. I love it, boy, you already know. You're listening to the only Diva Spot Radio.
What's up, family? It's the Queen, Diva Ebony B Moss, aka Queen 1000, bringing you another raw, unfiltered, and powerful episode of Diva Spot Podcast Lounge, where we keep it 1000 and shine a light on the realest voices in music, culture, and beyond. Tonight, we've got hip-hop royalty in the building. Straight out of West Texas, this artist has been putting in work since day one, making waves with his razor-sharp lyricism, intense delivery, and unstoppable hustle. Now, you know him as Slate Stone, but he also stepped into his evolution as Juan Carlos X, an artist, an entrepreneur, and a student of the Nation of Islam, bringing knowledge and raw energy to the mic. And trust me, he's here to drop gems and jewels because his latest album, Q1, is making major noise. From his hard-hitting bars to thought-provoking tracks, this project isn't just music. It's a movement, y'all. So, turn the volume all the way up and get ready, because we're about to dive deep into the making of Q1, the grind behind the music and the mission that's fueling his journey. Welcome to Diva Spot Podcast Lounge, Slate Stone, aka Juan Carlos X. Let's get into it. Peace and blessing, y'all. It's your girl, Diva Ebony B. Welcome to the lounge. We live in the lounge with Slate Stone, aka Juan Carlos X. Welcome to the lounge. Welcome to Diva Spot King. How you doing?
Peace and blessings, family. I'm doing well. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. It's an honor to have you here. We're going to go through this Q1 album. We got a lot of questions for you. We got a lot of things to get into. But while you guys are here, make sure you like, subscribe, and share to the page. And if you have comments, show my guests some love. If you're here on YouTube, you need to make sure that you're logged into YouTube to comment on the live chat. We're going to be holding you guys down on Facebook and Instagram. We got love for you guys too. We'll be checking that out to make sure we get your questions and your comments in. So I'm excited to have you here. Let's go ahead and jump in this thing. Now, Slate, you've been immersed in the hip hop scene since childhood. What was the moment when you knew music was your path?
Indeed. Again, peace and blessings to you, Diva, and all the listeners. Everybody tapped in, sharing their time right now. All praises due to the Creator, Allah, and that's His name. You know what I mean? So I definitely gonna put that out there. But as far as my journey and my path, as far as music and hip hop, it started in the church. I'm a preacher's kid, so I was in it early from birth. Pentecostal church, my father then was preaching, and what happened was probably around the age of 11, 10, I was always exposed to music. Let me say that real quick. Like my grandma, she had 18 kids. I remember going to her house at times and being over there and always being at grandma's house a lot. And she had a record player, and she would have some Al Green records playing and different other gospel music. I remember the Al Green because she didn't want us messing with her records. But being exposed to that, and then my mom, the John P. Key, Fred Hammond, Mississippi Mass Choir, different, music in that aspect, and being in the Pentecostal church exposed me to that, being born into that. And then around 11 or 12, you know, in those environments, the energy can get moving. As we say, the spirit gets to moving and flowing. And a gift was a gift showed itself in myself, you know, in me. And so I hopped on the organ while, you know, everybody was doing some stuff. And I had learned from watching people, but, you know, I felt I was blessed to be able to play some things while the spirit was high. I'll put it like that. So then I started trying to mess with the keyboard a little more, on the piano, on the organ. And from that, being exposed to certain hip hop records, because I didn't grow up with that in the house. You know, preacher's kid, you don't get access to them records and stuff unless you
secular music.
Right, secular worldly music. So
worldly music, yeah.
But I'd get it at school, or my sister would sneak some in. I hear her rapping some stuff. My sister Erin, my older sister, and so from that, I started hearing we had the drums in the church, you know, but I started hearing the drums and stuff. So I'm playing keys, being exposed to it, and it kind of just evolved from there. I started producing at 17. Shout out to a couple players that helped me on that journey. His name is Bam LeBrandon Man. He was playing keys at a church, and Shed, his cousin, they was playing keys and making beats and whatnot, and that really just drew me in. And then from there, it was a wrap.
Well, Texas is definitely a moving and shaking state. Like, growing up in Texas, how did your environment shape your style and your hustle in the game? Because Texas kind of remind me of Jersey, but Texas got its own. It got its own everything. So how did, you know, growing up in Texas and the environment shape your style and your hustle in the game?
It's a big part of my grind. Like, this was my environment and my atmosphere where I was, I guess you could say, boots on the ground, out there actually getting it. And so from that, we had heard, this was before any Instagram and even before MySpace, you know what I mean? You had Napster and stuff like that.
Napster.
I believe.
Oh,
and
wow.
You had what do they used to call them chat rooms and AOL dial up, you know, and you could be exposed to certain stuff there. And that's what it was when I initially got in, but we wasn't online with it. Everybody was grinding. The first name that came to the grind, or the first exposure of grind independently, was Master P. So he was moving across the South, definitely in Texas too. Yes. And then so, but I was able to see groups like Swisher House, DSR, Dirty Third Records, you know what I mean? Just different grinders out there doing it, selling us CD, you know, traveling the state. And Texas being so big, the mixtape game used to be big before downloads and whatnot. And albums, street albums, you could go platinum in Texas. So being exposed to that in music, of course, grinding and hustling in the streets, from what we exposed to, trying to get it, you know, and being in them environments mold you. But in Texas, it's raw. Like, and when I say it's raw, I'm sure it's raw and everywhere and rough. I can't speak for today's generation. Thank God I'm fortunate not to be out there like that. But, you know, it's just Texas molded me as far as you got to get out there and get it. How do you stand out? How are you grinding? What's your product? Is it packaged up right? You know, and then we had millions of rappers. Now it seems like it's billions. You know what I mean? So Texas molded me. This is my home. This is where I'm from. But yeah, you know, it kind of forced you. If you was going to be about it, you had to be about it. You know what I mean? You
had to get up off yourself. Now, you built your name as one of the best in the West Texas. And you have had plenty of projects. And I just want to give you some of your flowers right now, because you have done plenty of music. I've been exposed to things like Rappers Dynamite. That's one of them. Of course, the Universal Street Bang. That was definitely hard. That was another one. We can't forget Slate Stone, Sky Tribe. Let's not forget that one. You came with another hitter out. Look at young Slate. Slate Property. Right. Definitely another hot one. We can't forget Slate Stone, Stone Age Volume 1. And then you came back and you did another one, Slate Stone, Stone Age Volume 2. And before this one, I believe, before Q1, I think it was AQM, which is another hot one, but you definitely been doing your thing. And I wanted to take the time out to make sure that people get a chance to see your catalog and to see what you have, the seeds that you have planted. And even with having Phenomenal Radio. Phenomenal Radio was how I got exposed. Not to mention, it took my podcast, Blog Talk Radio, was just recently shut down forever.
Oh, wow.
It took me from maybe like 1 or 2 listeners to maybe 30 listeners a month to over 3,000 listeners. So I just want to take that time out and give you your flowers and let you know that, you know, I appreciate you. And we do the whole Phenomenal network. And I still have great relationships with some of them people that was on the station. It was a lot. Like, be the DJs. It was so much. And I don't even know how you was able to keep up with that. But somehow... every time we turned around, it was like, all right, Diva, all right, crew, we doing this and this and this. When my emails was full, I was excited to be part of it, but I got a little bit overwhelmed. I realized.
Yeah. Right.
But now, what's the secret to standing out in the industry that's oversaturated? Like you said, it was millions of artists before. Now it seems like it's billions. So what do you feel like the secret is to standing out in the oversaturated industry?
Indeed. I'm going to touch on that real quick. First off, I do want to say I'm humbly and greatly appreciative of you just even tapping into that and sharing that because you know, I'm not wanting to just put myself out there like that. You know, people can get vain. You know, as MCs, you got to represent on the mic so you can get cocky and arrogant with your bars. That's part of it, the culture. But as far as the grind and what I've done, you know, it is what it is. You know, I do try to push it out there. But just you sharing those few jewels that you just shared of those projects, that some are online, some of them ain't. They ain't gonna get them, you know what I mean, until I put them out there. But then to work with Phenom, which is just volumes on volumes of stuff. So I want to say thank you for touching on that. To stand out in the industry right now, you have to be unique. You have to be yourself at the end of the day. And it's going to take effort, commitment, and sacrifice. Now, I don't know all the answers to the game and solutions, but I can say that if you got money, it can get you places, it can open doors, but that's not everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. Favor can open doors that money can't. That's one thing. You need favor. You need to be humble. You need to be on your that knowledge, you know, the ledge of know where you got it. You know what I'm saying? Know the business, know the industry, and have aim and purpose. And these are things that I've learned, evolved into, and have been taught, but you have to be able to do that. Effort, commitment, sacrifice, some of those things I just said, have aim and purpose. If your aim is just for the money, you can get that, but it's not going to give you longevity. Commitment, sacrifice, and dedication, you definitely need that. But you have to be unique. One thing I learned from Brother Ben X was you are what makes you unique. And I knew this, but I didn't know it like that. I didn't have that word package. You got to be separate from everybody, but not antics, doing wild stuff, you know, because people do anything for clicks and views. I'm not talking about that. But you have to be unique and be yourself at the end of the day. And what's for you is for you. As long as you do those things that I mentioned before, the effort, commitment, sacrifice, dedication, staying on the knowledge, knowing the business, staying committed. That's the commitment. Like how you mentioned before with the radio, like I don't see how you did it. Sometimes I got inundated. Like it was not hard. It was not easy. And I'm thankful real quick to have a team. You need a team too. Yeah. You need a team. You can't do it by yourself. I hear people saying I'm self-made. I did it by myself. It's all me. Right. Like, somebody helped you. You know what I mean? Somebody mentioned you. Somebody passed your music. Somebody listened, gave you time, gave you an opportunity. You didn't do it by yourself. So you need a team. I've been blessed to be around good people that I learned from. Some were lessons and some were blessings. We'll put it like that. But as far as Phenom and a network, but you know, we pushing. You got to have those elements. So that's what I would say. Those things that I just mentioned, study those, know those, apply those, and you'll be all right.
Well, you're now live in the lounge with Diva Ebony B and Slate Stone. We are getting live into this Q1 project that he got, Q1 album. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Follow Slate Stone at Slate Stone Music on all social media platforms. We're going to go ahead and get into a hot track right now. One of my favorites off the album is Sun Gaze. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy yourself.
Stay in environments where people don't know the true value of you. If you stay in environments where people don't recognize the value of you, you will shrink your gift to the size of what they can stand. And that's what causes anxiety and depression and stress. Because you have had to shrink into a form where people can tolerate you.
Out the east till it rise in the west, so you can sun gaze. Sometimes I often ponder why people throw us the most shade. Most days it's evident they origin is all hate. Mendel showed your Asiatic origin, the black is great. We at the root of everything, yes, everything you got from we. For those who made my people bleed, bring that to open enemies. Knowledge, math, our science different. Niggas, what you made of we, perfection, process, dispensation. God will do it perfectly. Devils make my people bleed. Islam is the end of games. Hades rule this underworld. Allah help me bring the blaze. 853,000 miles of scorching heat. Prescribe my own diameter, circumference made of God. Fighting for your people's gangster evolution to a savior. We the question and the answer. Grace and mercy highly favored. Light shine at break of dawn. Ablution in the sun we bathe. Sun gaze.
Break of dawn, break of dawn. There's no sun up in the sky. People talk, people say, what we have is just a game. Break of dawn. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't stop loving you. Break of dawn, break of dawn. I want the sun to shine.
I wake up and I'm drenched with sweat. This dream increased my heartbeat. Mercenary from the start. Born in Kansas City streets, them trenches in the Midwest. Taught you how to pack your heat, but we was just some young niggas. Business minded trying to eat. Me, Tone, and Kojak. 91 Caprice on gold. And I'm the little ball player speaking life and changing roles. All our paths are written out. Face the east and walk into them. When I think about my bros, sun gazing, tears flows. Cause I remember all the chances. Big homie furloughs. Looking at the world for answers, emotional expressos. My house is full of stress, so I kept it in my chest. I know it wasn't the best, but that's the way I'm blessed. I wrestle with my flesh cause the scenery makes my enemies. Looking in my rear view, jealousy is the recipe. I give you 50 feet, I'm so focused, building dynasties. Leave something for my seats, building a new monopoly.
Break of dawn, break of dawn. There's no sun up in the sky. People talk, people say, what we have is just a game. Break of dawn. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't stop loving you. Break of dawn, break of dawn. I want the sun to shine. Break of dawn, break of dawn. There's no sun up in the sky.
Welcome back, y'all. It's your girl, Diva Ebony B. You're now live in the lounge with Diva Ebony B, and Slate Stone is here. That was a hot track called Sun Gaze off the Q1 album. Make sure you go check it out. It's streaming on all major platforms. Make sure you get that. Slate, I love that song. It's like a hip-hop love song to me. That's... I just...
Indeed.
I need that. I need artists to do that. And I want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. The Sun Gaze with, I don't want to mess his name up. Tell me who's on this and who it's produced by.
Okay, indeed. So if I might be circulating that image, and that might have been a pre-image. The original, that was me and Ruku on that album, on that record. Jalo, who was an R&B singer, was supposed to be on the record. Who he is a phenomenal voice, a phenomenal artist, but unfortunately he wasn't able to get on there. So you hear me trying my best at putting the vocals out. You know,
that was your vocals?
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah.
So you know how in Texas, you know, Pimp C, I credit Pimp C and Zero and them for that. You know what I mean? They put us on that. You know, when you didn't have nobody to sing, you made it happen.
Oh man, big shout out to Annette in the check-in. Make sure y'all give us your feedback on the live chat. Show some love about the art that you're hearing right now and ask questions, because that's what the live chat is here for. The vision behind Q1. What's the meaning behind the title Q1? What does this mean?
Indeed. Q1 stands for question one. So when you come into the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, if you don't know who he is, don't go off of what you don't know. And ignorance just means you don't know. You know what I mean? It's not a derogatory term like that, even though it can be used that way. Yeah. So for anybody listening to my voice, do true research on the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and who he was. You have to weed out the propaganda, the lies, and all that. Also, do research on Master Fard Muhammad. He was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teacher, and you'll know who he is. I'm not going to get into all that here. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad brought us life-giving teachings. And in these teachings, we have what we call the supreme wisdom, and we have actual facts that can be proven at no limited time. And so one of the first questions when you become a student in the Nation of Islam, you get some of this knowledge to start learning more of who you are, and knowledge and questions and data for you to research, to re-educate yourself, because we have to be re-educated. And one of the questions that the first question is, who is the original man? The original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. So question one is, who is the original man? Q1 is that. That's what it stands for, question one. Who was the original man? So in the album, you see the sun shining out of darkness, that light coming out of darkness, peeking out around the planet, the universe. That's the aim of that there. And when you start there and learn more of who the original man is and who we are and how important we are and where we come from and how long the earth has been here and how the human family came about, it ties into my story from start to finish, from the first song to the last song. You know what I mean? The aim. You have to have aim and purpose for anything. If you don't have aim and purpose, as I've been taught, you're nothing. What are you doing? So it starts with the aim and it ends with long live Muhammad. And in order to know what that's about and who that is, definitely do true research, credible, factual research. Find some credible sources on that. But that's what Q1 stands for, question one, without getting into all that. Who is the original man?
I appreciate you for that. How does Q1 reflect your growth as an artist compared to your past projects? And we went over the projects before that you did before, and recently I just want to give them a couple more shine so people can know, this has been evolution, has been a growth. Like I said, Rappers Dynamite, another one, the Universal Street Bang, can't forget that. Big shout out to the Slate Stone Sky Tribe, as well as Slate Property, again, Slate Stone Age Volume 1, as well as Slate Stone Age Volume 2. And then we can't forget the AQM project as well. But my question is, how does Q1 reflect your growth as an artist compared to your past projects?
Q1 is the best body of work that I've ever put out. Okay. Because there is no comparison to the others, if that answers the question. Yeah. The others were the evolution. They are a part of my history and a part of who I am, and they show my growth as an artist, as an MC, and as a brother. But if you go through those projects, which I'm very grateful and thankful that you shared those, but there are plenty more than those. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so being able to those that are able, that know, have walked with me from the beginning, from our first project up until now, will see that evolution and growth. So for me, there's no comparison, but this is the best body of work. With this one, you get, it's more of me. You know, we're taught to accept your own and be yourself. And with this project, Q1, that's what I've done. It's not preachy. It's not gutter. Some would say it's real. I could say it's just me. It's who I am. And I give you knowledge, Jules. I give you the MC. I give you the art. I give you the production through the producers. Some of those I was able to co-produce. And shout out to Ruku, the Garden Studios, and everybody that contributed to this project and contributed to Polishing Stone and helping build me to this point. The trials, you know what I mean, that I went through, life and learning and experience got me to this project right here. And that's the contrast, but it really don't compare. It outdoes any of those other 30 plus projects. I think it's about 30. I haven't counted them that I've done. It's past that. So
I think at a time when you were in your grind, you know, I don't think you can count, because when I went to go do research, I said, yo, I'm gonna be here all night showcasing this. I'm gonna be here all night. And then I wanted to make sure we show our love to Annette. Big shout out to Annette. She said, love that track. Any collaborations with Toby in the future? Oh, Toby. Okay, good question.
You have to peace to Annette, peace and blessings to you. Toby, I have to who we talking about is Toby. You know, I'm willing to work with anybody that's about business and that got positive music. It don't necessarily have to be on what I'm on, because I'm a versatile artist, but again, it has to have some aim and purpose to the record. So if you know me, if it's anything on some opposite of what I'm on, I'm just passing.
No, Toby, you know, I think Toby is the one that said he got the white fats. They always wearing like the till.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, for sure. In the group, yeah.
Yes, it says,
brother, I would love to.
Yeah, what do you say? Cause I got hands. I forgot the name.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah,
I would love to collaborate with the brother.
Oh, okay. You know? Awesome sauce in that. Thank you for that question as well. You're now tuned in live. You're live in the lounge with Diva Ebony B. Slate Stone is here. We're going through this amazing Q1 album. Make sure you follow him on all social media platforms. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe while you're here. You chilling in the lounge. Go ahead and, you know, relax yourself. I got some pineapple juice here. If you need a little snack, go ahead and relax yourself. This is a relaxed, chill environment. I created a lounge just for us. And I'm excited to have Slate Stone here and doing this thing. Creative process. Oh, was there a specific message or theme you wanted to deliver with this album?
Yes. If I could sum it up, if you look at the track listing, start to finish. Can you throw that up, Diva?
I got you.
Pull it up. All right. Appreciate it. But I wanted to let you know exactly what the aim of the project was. And from the aim to Long Live Muhammad, track 11, I wanted you to kind of walk with me on my journey. And I speak through that through different records. You know what I mean? And so at the end of the day, the aim, record number 1, is why the album is what it is. That's it. I stated the aim in track 1. But for those who may not know what that means or who I am or what I've been through, or they need a little bit more than that, they get that from 2 through 10. You know what I mean? Up into 11. So that was my purpose, is to reach the masses. If one person if it can spark thought in one person and plant seeds in their mind mentally to raise their mind from a lower level of thinking or a lower level of existence, where it can change their life or make them think, start the wheels of thinking let me go check in on this, see what this is about, see if what he's saying can help me, or just having a thought about it, even if you have something negative about it. That's the aim of it, to raise up our minds, you know what I mean, to where it should be, because we've been made other than ourselves, and I had to learn that. And if you want to be controlled, or if you want to be exist in what somebody else created for you, you can do that. You have you probably heard the 5%, you know what I'm saying, the 10% and the 85%. So you can remain in the 85%. If you want to research that, the 85% of the people, or you can be in the 5% of those that know, or the 10%, you know what I mean, that control the 85%. So that's the aim for it.
Well, I appreciate that. I want to talk about the creative process before we get into another hot track off this album. What was the recording process like for Q1? Was there any challenges or breakthroughs for you?
The recording process was great. It was a good experience. Challenges, I'd say the recording, as far as recording, there was no challenges. Shout out again to Studentminster, Shaheed Ruku is an artist who produced this project. You know what I mean? I co-produced it with him, but he's engineered it, he mixed it, and he produced 90% of it outside of the ones that I helped co-produce. So the challenges that I would say that we faced was actually just a couple production challenges, which it wasn't so much that it couldn't be done. It's just the fact that we were trying to meet a deadline, and I didn't want to push that deadline back any further, trying to wait to get this in added or get this sounding this way. It was good enough, you know what I mean? And so that's the only thing I would say was a challenge, but a breakthrough for it was being able to reflect and listen and hear the finished product and be like, okay, now it's time to step up with the next one.
Okay. Now, you did give us a couple of snippets on your the process of you recording the Q1 album. I see it on your YouTube. I see it on your Facebook. And I thought that was pretty dope. Like, that's something that I would want to see as a supporter, as a fan, as a love for music, a lover of music and hip hop. Like, I want to see some behind the scenes. I know they got what they call the drop mics now, where they dropping mics and all types of stuff, but I love to see an artist at work. I love to see the process and the things that being authentic. So I love that. And you guys check that out on YouTube as well. But I guess my next question would be is, what track took the most time to perfect and why? Or was there a track that took the most time to perfect and why was it?
I would say Sun Gaze.
You was singing on it.
Because I had to sing on it. You know what I mean? And I could hear it. That's one of the gifts the creator gave me. I could hear and know what I wanted here, but it was trying to make that thought tangible. And so Jalo was definitely, Ruku was like, hey, we need Jalo on that. That's perfect for it. And he was, but like, again, we had to come with it this way. So the challenge was, I'm no singer, and I'm not trying to be. I know some guys rap and sing, and there's some artists out there now that have horrible voices that sing on records, and they got the great marketing machine behind them, and people rock with it. But that was a challenge in trying to harmonize and keep the harmonies without too much auto-tune and getting that sound across that I had in my head. So yeah, I would say Sun Gaze.
All right. Well, we got a next track that we about to get into called The Aim. You were just talking about this hot track. I really like this track. I kind of got lost in this album. Not really lost, but I find myself listening to it. And then I was like, oh, I got some stuff to do. I got to get up and move around. But Aim was one of those that caught my attention. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. You're now tuned in live. You're live in the lounge or Diva Spot Podcast Lounge with Diva Ebony B and Slate Stone. Make sure you follow him on all social media platforms at Slate Stone Music. Let's do it.
Don't
Don't support the phonies. Support the real. Talking about what they all this, the hood, blah, 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 blah. They don't care about our communities. You know what I mean? Listen to the words that people say and they live it.
Knowledge of God and the self where you get it. Behold the true and living, no matter house in the spirit. Black God protocol, there is one who know it all. Only known to own it all, the maker, the owner. Never been a mystery, even though they teach it. Triple darkness origins, even though they bleach it. Middle 211s on our mind. Freedom, justice, equality belongs to us divine. We Asiatic nation, the tribe of Shabazz. You wanna know the future, we must study the past. Blind, deaf, and dumb to the knowledge of self. The devil is stealth. Lock and put your mind on the shelf. First and the last for me, you get it all. The brown, yellow, red, and white beings evolve. 6,000 years from a small life germ. The us and the we is a lesson you should learn. There is no blame on the way that you were born. Evil's in your nature, but the truth will bring reform. Knowledge of self is a pro tool. The name is Abram Go-To, that ain't for me to show you. Asiatic black man, God of the universe. Asiatic black man, God of the universe. Asiatic black man, God of the universe. Abram Go-To, that ain't for me to show you. Asiatic black man, God of the universe. Asiatic black man, God of the universe. Asiatic black man, God of the universe. Abram Go-To, that ain't for me to show you. Brother man wondering, tell me who the colored man. Walking around on all fours till they learn that black more, murder more money. Will the other black still skunk of the planet Earth? The evil never change, regardless of the place. Every day another ad of the hate they display. Fake friend, open enemy, father of deception. Learn a lesson, verbal Smith and Wesson when the class in session. Relay the message full of truth, you'll find a blessing. Allah in your view, believe for you it manifested. Every other color in power except the black man. That will soon end when we make the last stand. Who the major scientists and what you know of Yakub? History, no mystery, and they can never stop truth. Self-improvement is a pro tool. The name is Abram Go-To, that ain't for me to show you. Asiatic black man, God of the universe. Asiatic black man, God of the universe. Asiatic black man, God of the universe. Abram Go-To, that ain't for me to show you. Asiatic black man, God of the universe. Asiatic black man, God of the universe. Asiatic black man, God of the universe. Abram Go-To, that ain't for me to show you. This is the fall of America, ordained for the wicked. And even when you're slinking, best believe you ain't gon' miss it. General awakening, we have to end conformity. No social equality up under your authority. Resurrection and return of the lost found Earth's aboriginal people. The time is right now. Reaping all them seeds you sown. A lot of bloodshed. Mental change and rusty locks upon the black head. Evil propaganda machine is still failing. The truth and the light produce a smooth selling. America is falling and her doom is sealed. Her wickedness is imminent and that truth is real. You reach the limit of your people doing evil. Believe your time is up and the earth is in retrieval. System falling down like I told you. The name is Abram Go-To, that ain't for me to show you. Asiatic black man, God of the universe. Asiatic black man, God of the universe. Asiatic black man, God of the universe. Abram Go-To, that ain't for me to show you. Asiatic black man, God of the universe. Asiatic black man, God of the universe. Asiatic black man, God of the universe. Abram Go-To, that ain't for me to show you.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back to the lounge. That was just the aim with Slate Stone with DJ Rockwell, produced by Primo G. Make sure you check that out on all social media networks. Make sure you check it out on Spotify, YouTube, listen to it on Apple Music, and bump it everywhere that you go. It feels like an anthem. That's what it feels like to me, an anthem. When I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, hey,
Yeah, that's
what you want to do. Hey.
That's what's up, Queen.
It's giving me anthem energy. I love that. So thank you for that, man. Shout out to the tracks and the lyrics that you putting on this. If someone was hearing the Q1 album for the first time, which song should they start with and why? There's plenty of songs on here. So which song do you think they should start with and why?
I would definitely say start with The Aim initially. But that would be, just for the average person, like start with track 1 because it depends on why they listening to it. You know what I mean? They may want something to rock to. They may want to see some MC ability. They may want to find something that they can pick apart and hate on. It just depends on their purpose on wanting to listen. But I would definitely tell them to start with track 1.
I love that.
There. Indeed.
Now, you're known for your razor sharp lyricism. What's the hardest bar you wrote on this album?
I didn't see that one on the questions. No.
I told you I have a couple of surprises. We said
I can't.
We're gonna have a couple of surprises for y'all.
I can't just pick one.
All of them.
Yeah, and this is no vanity. I'm not a vain person. I'm not boasting. I'm not doing any of that. But there is some whammies on there. You know what I mean? Especially if you know how they're constructed or why they're put together like that. You know what I mean? So I really can't choose just one.
And that said, it's definitely a hot track. I'm glad that you like it, Annette. Make sure you get it. Annette is definitely a boss in her own right. She's traveling all around the world doing executive things. So we appreciate you. Gratitude for you being here. And I'm glad you got something to bump. She's in and out of airports. She's in and out of, the sister is doing her thing.com. And I'm going to make sure I link you with her because she definitely need to get in that plug room. I tell you that. She's definitely wanting to be there. But I'm excited to have you here. And right, a lot of those, you got it. That's one. I'm trying to think of one myself, but I like all of them. But Sun Gaze is definitely my favorite track. Which song on Q1 is the most personal to you?
Believe that. That is that's more, I was in my own zone with that one, so Believe That is definitely more personal, but they're all a part of me and all my story, and ain't nothing on there fabricated. So but that one is more personable, I guess you could say, or more personal, just where I kind of gave a little bit more of who of some of me. I really don't, in a world, I'll just say this again, I've said it on other platforms, but I'll just put it out there again. In a world or a society where everybody feels necessary to put out their personal business and their life and every experience and stuff, I'm opposite of that. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've always been, I'm not finna do what everybody's doing just cause, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that I'm perfect, because I'm not. Yeah. Have I failed? Have I fell into traps before? And have I been a part of norms, or I guess you say forms of conformity throughout my life? Yes, where everybody's doing this and you're like, all right. But for the most part, I'm thankful the Creator put in me to do opposite. When everybody's doing this, it's like, let me see, I'm gonna do something different. So yeah.
I'm gonna give y'all a little snippet of Believe That, but y'all gonna have to go and get download the album. Y'all can't get it all. We're just gonna give you a little feature here on the lounge. We live in the lounge. Diva Ebony B. I'm gonna give y'all a
everybody wants to whack you. You believe them all, but somebody's got to be lying, or maybe they're all lying. When you can't see the angles no more, you in trouble, baby. You in trouble.
right, that's all we're gonna give you.
I thought
That's
we
all
was
we
about to
gonna
get
give
some
you.
bars on them. Yeah.
All right, let me give us some bars.
No, that's cool. They can go get it.
They go get it themselves.
Yeah,
Diva went and got it. Y'all gotta go get it.
Yeah, go check me out.
You're right. Go check them out. Like I said, y'all gotta go get it. You can go get the Q1 album from yourself. It's definitely easy to go check him out. All you gotta do, you can get it on Spotify, go to YouTube, Apple Music. It's definitely there. Make sure you check him out. Follow him at Slate Stone Music on all social media outlets. Again, that's at Slate Stone Music. We definitely gonna be doing some more showcase. We definitely gonna be bumping him. But again, King, I appreciate you being here. I ain't gonna hold your time, but I got a few more questions though.
No, you good. You good. I appreciate the opportunity. Okay,
cool. The impact and the future. What do you hope listeners take away from Q1, this album? What do you hope that the listeners take away from it?
I hope that once you listen to the project and you process it, actually hear it, and process what you're hearing, take one thing that was said that you may not have understood or you may felt some kind of way about or wanted to check in on, and go check in on it. You know what I mean? And grow. So if you can grow 1 degree in knowledge or raise your mind to a higher level, just 1% or 1 level or 1 iota, whatever, 1 atom, 1 piece of energy, from it, great. That's what I want. But I would like for it to spark thought and some seeds to be planted to where you start asking questions and then you go check in and then do research and then you start to raise up your mental from it. That's what I like listeners to do. Like I'm not looking for 1 billion streams. I'm not looking for being the next whoever. Like, I'm a family man. I'm a husband. I'm a brother. I'm a son. I'm an uncle. You know what I'm saying? I'm a friend. And that's enough for me. You know what I mean? I'm a soldier. I'm an FOI. And I'm grateful for that, and that's what I want. That's my life. You know what I mean? But whatever comes with it, praise be to Allah, the creator. But that's what I want people to get from it. Just listen and then grow from it.
I love that. How does Q1 set the tone for what's next in your career?
What part of the career? Musically or what?
Both. I mean, because this album, Q1, can set the tone for anything that you're doing with the nation, with your music, and the community, as a husband, as a father. How do you think it sets the next tone? I mean, the tone for what's next for you in general, holistically.
I think it sets the bar a little bit higher, and it being able to share the teachings, the knowledge, and my experience from my teachers. I think that the creator will allow it to work in a way to where it opens up doors and opportunities for the next level in my life, whatever that is. So it's a transition. It's a key in. It's a jewel. You know what I mean? It's a ladder. It's a door. And so that's the tone that I think is set. It's raising the bar in me in many ways mentally to keep growing and evolving. You know what I mean? And then the next phase of life after this installation into the universe is what it is. It's a lead,
Love that. If Q1 was a movie, what kind of vibe would it have?
What vibe would I choose from?
Yeah, right.
I think it would have it depends. There's so many different vibes and energies. I could say it would be a positive vibe, a positive, feel good. I'll put it in the movie aspect. Movie genres, you got horror, sci-fi, thriller, drama, action, I think it would be a little bit of all that in there. And I think the horror elements would be some of the bar slicing and you know, some of the MC attributes to it. Be like, you know, it'd give you some of that psychological thriller, you know, thinking. Like, I think it would give you a gumbo of a movie with all of those different elements in one. You know, leaving you with a overall, like, man, that was pretty. It has replay value. You know, not everything has replay value. You know, and that's where, as I learned, you know, from a mentor that I came across to online, the value was in the replay. You know what I mean? Because in Instagram, TikTok society, people just play it once. You know, and that's what makes things viral. Constant replays. But where it sticks, where it don't fade. You know, so it has replay value. You know, and I think that you'll get that. If you don't, it wasn't for you, you know?
I would love to see Q1 as a movie. Like, I think that's something you should think about in the near future. Diva said it first.
Yeah.
I would love to see this as a movie, and I think the horror piece would come in with the track Black Rain. I think that will be
one of the horror.
Yeah, that one will be the horror piece. And just thinking, just putting a little something out there. You know, I know you may have a director, but I'm just saying, you know, just in case.
Nah, you know what? With the I'll just put it out there too. You know, with the AI technology that's in our hands now.
Come on.
If you was plugged to it, take that thought that the creator gave you and just simply just run the lyrics in. You can run the lyrics in an AI model and say, make a movie scene or an animated scene off of, you know what I'm saying, this verse, and give the characteristics of me, and it's gonna lay it all out. So that would definitely be dope as a cartoon or a little mini series.
And I just wrote that down.
Yeah.
I just sent something to Annette about her series because she has an animated series that she's working on.
That's dope.
And I'm pretty sure it's based off of our family, which is going to be super funny.
That's dope.
Yeah. I'm going to do that. I'm going to test it out. I'm going to be out in New Hampshire for 90 days, so I'll see what the Most High decides to happen.
Indeed.
And give me, because that will be dope. Like, but we're gonna have to find a way to, you know, get all the logistics and stuff and protect everything.
Oh yeah, protect that intellectual property, because
you know how they get.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody just
on that, snatching it,
like snatches, like swiper, no swiping out here, boy. We gotta go through a whole bunch of things. But it's your girl Diva Ebony B. We here with Slate Stone. Make sure you check out. Like, share, subscribe to the YouTube page. You in the lounge. I hope you enjoy yourself. Go ahead and jump in the comment section and give some feedback, ask some questions. We're going to get into another hot track. And this visual I did, I thought it was really, really dope. And I wanted to take it back a little bit for you, Slate, because you are what I consider to be classic hip hop, when it was about family and art and dance and, you know, freedom of speech, and before all of this other stuff started happening. But I wanted to do something classic for you. Hearing it right here live on Diva Spot Podcast Lounge. This track right here is Black Rain. Let's go.
What brings rain, hell, snow, earthquakes to a sinkhole, drip, drop, yeah, won't black rain for my people. One time for the real kings, we the proof of that black God, torn away from our true nature, 400 plus of that free labor, line jumping through hoops, circus, eat the ringmaster, unlearn our domestication and kill the slave master, Mansa, Musa, Flex, Caesar, God art ye, no more mindless sex, build race, family, one aim, God and mine, no black death or crime, grow, hustle, and grind, H2O2, why find discipline and train, write the code for new rules, paid in full, eat, maintain, no more useful slave tools, be the gods amongst men, go for self and rebuild, our new legacy burst, preserve earth for the real, be that message for fathers, we are the saviors, my brother, unite our people, atomic power done like any other, let's reign. What brings rain? Hell snow. Earthquakes to a sinkhole. Drip drop, yeah, want black rain for my people. One time for the real queens, without you we are none. No nation rise higher than that of our Roman. Hypersexual imagery, prostitution and LBB's epitome of royalty. Reverse the way they made us think. Second self of God, you the earth we need. Mother amazing, beautiful black queen, we want you by our side. From you comes all life, overcome all odds. We gon' be alright. Black love is our greatest weapon. Powerful, but we stand together. Only heaven we have is you. Shango ocean, black rainy weather. Knowledge bring up that confidence. Natural beauty of priceless gifts. Be the standard of excellence. Elevated beneficence. Message to mothers, you are the key to a nation. Unify sister to sister. The queendom yours for the making. Let's reign.
Welcome back. We live in the lounge right there. That was Black Rain right there. Definitely a hot track that was produced by Ruko and Slate Stone. Definitely feeling that track. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the page while you're here. Was that Kurt Franklin?
No, that was Dietrich Haddon and the Voices of Unity.
Oh man, that was dope. Yeah. Shout out to Dietrich. I'm having church on the moon. That's that brother right there. Dietrich out of Detroit, right?
I believe so. I'm not sure.
So. Yeah. I believe so, but that was definitely a hot track, man. I'm definitely feeling that. Your wordplay is razor sharp. How do you keep your pen strong game and stay inspired?
Being myself, thinking of what, first off, the gift given to me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I can't take any credit for it. But just being myself and striving to be different, have aim and purpose with the words that I'm saying, and also just not, you get inspired by other people. So I'll say that. I get inspired by other MCs out there. And salute to those MCs. I can't ever hold that back because they help make me, in a sense, by hearing them and seeing and observing and learning from them how they put their bars together and how they use the art. So what I'll do is just listening to different music because I couldn't tell you what's the latest, hottest record out. I couldn't tell you who was the latest, hottest artist in the past 5 years. It's been a while since I've been tapped in because even though just
who's
because
on your playlist right now? Who's on your playlist right now?
RJ Payne, Briz Rothstein, and all the old golden hip hop MCs. You know what I'm saying? Definitely Texas is on there. Biggie, Pop, Nas, Ruku's on there. Mm-hmm. You know, just tapping into the old school, some of the new school, you know, that I have soldiers and brothers around me put me onto, and I'll tap into that. And then, but definitely as far as the bar game, I'd say RJ Payne and Briz Rothstein are some of the top right now for me. dope MCs, man. Truly blessed to do what they do. And then battle rap MCs themselves. You know what I mean? I'm not the number one battle rap fan, but I've been tapped in and fortunate for some years.
Yeah.
And observing that art. Like there's so many things you can say, but how can you put it together and make it stick and make it mean something and hit? That's an art in itself. And so that helps inspire me to put it together and stay sharp without biting somebody else's style or taking their bar and trying to make it your own, because that's some falsifying.
It's biting is at an all-time high in 2025. But what you can't bite is the audio forensics. Big shout out to you guys showing audio forensics with DJ Despair. Also, Dick James as well. You guys got a great show over there, great movement where you give indie advancement, you give artists a chance and other entrepreneurs to come on and really get real and deep about what they're bringing to the community. So we definitely want to show love to that. How did that come about?
The creator and growing and networking with people. DJ Despair came along through our grind and growth in Phenom Radio years back.
Yeah.
Along. And then same with Dick James, came through the grind and growth in Phenom Radio. And so just evolving and doing different shows and realizing that it was time. You know what I mean? And the idea sparked about, like, everybody got a podcast. Let's just be real. Everybody got a microphone. Everybody got a camera. Everybody say they the next. Like, everybody has it, but what value can you bring in a world where everybody is doing that?
There you go.
You know what I mean? But stay in yourself and in your lane. And so the creator gave us audio forensics, so we put it together.
I love that. I want to switch gears a little bit, and I think this is important, is, the faith in the bigger picture. As a student of the Nation of Islam, how has your faith shaped your perspective on hip hop and life in general?
It shaped it completely. First, it had to be broke down. I had to unlearn and relearn. And then in that process of unlearning and relearning, one thing that I love about the Nation of Islam, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Master Fard Muhammad, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and the life-giving teachings.
Yes.
The teachings that can be proven at no limited time, not dogma, religious dogma, not propaganda, not because it feel good. They give you the knowledge and the sources and direct you to go study for yourself. Go prove it wrong. Listen to my words, go prove it wrong. So when I came across that and became a student under that and realized and started researching, because I was off of religion. I was off of anything related to religion. My mother died. I grew up in church. I was off it. I realized the first slave ship that we know that history teaches us, in fact, show us, was named Jesus. Why was that? You know what I mean? And we love Jesus in the Nation of Islam, and we teach on Jesus. So, but there's he's not the creator. Let's put it like that. So I'm not going to get into that. But I had to learn that. So in learning those things and those teachings and studying and being a student, evolving in the teachings and going to research and finding the facts and realizing that it can't be proven wrong and that it's not, that it was right, what I'm being taught now and what I was taught prior to that was wrong, and I was lied and manipulated to, and we've been made other than ourselves. Growing in that gave me vision. You know how we say the deaf can hear, the dead can rise, the lame can walk, the blind can see. That's not physical like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're not raising nobody out the dead, but I was raised out of my mentally dead state through the teachings. I was able to see now clearer where I was at. I was able to walk differently and speak differently and know what's going on. So it made me aware. So that shaped my faith and belief and the truth in where the nation and the teachings that were taught put me on a path, not a perfect path, because it didn't make me perfect, but it put me on a path that will lead to perfection. I'll put it like that. So it shapes my whole life. I have to share that, and I share it in my music initially. Again, will all my music be necessarily about the teachings? No, but you're gonna get the teachings in it some way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? So check it out.
And I love that. What's one principle from the nation that you apply to your music and business moves?
Community development is building people and linking people with people. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan taught us that. And it's about self-improvement. That's the basis for community development.
There you go.
And so that you get that self-improvement and you get that community development through the gifts that I've been given from the Creator, and that also transcends into music.
Mm-hmm. Hip hop and spirituality don't always get discussed together. How do you navigate both worlds?
Accepting my own and being myself. If it's in you, if it's a part of you, it's gonna be there. You could try to separate it, but why? We could discuss that. But
that's good answer.
Why separate it? We like music that's spiritual. Don't get me wrong, this is not derogatory when I say that, but Negro spirituals and music that move us, that soul music that touch your soul and you can rock with it.
Yeah.
There has to be a spiritual element, some spirituality in that to touch your soul. So, I'm in hip hop, I'm in other genres, but hey, you're going to get some of that soul element, that spirituality too.
The energy is in the music. You can't get away from it. Even when listening to the Q1, from AIM to Still Winning. Still Winning is another one of my favorite ones. Dope is another one of my favorite ones. That one, I can't be driving the car when I'm listening to that because I feel like I'm Texas swinging. Like I may forget it, but it's definitely dope. But the energy is in the music, Black Rain is a beautiful one. And like I said, Sun Gaze is like a hip hop love song to me. And I really like the whole, like I can listen to the whole thing. It's rare that I can listen to a whole album. Like I can listen to a whole Kendrick Lamar. Definitely can listen to him all the way through. But I like the energy that's coming back. I didn't care too much for SZA as well because I just felt like she was making side chick music. But now that she's, kind of getting connected and she's evolving to some new things. I haven't listened to her new album yet, but I love it when I can put an album on and go, listen to the whole thing. Like even when I did the visuals for Black Rain, it was a tape deck. And that's something that we can listen to. We'll flip it over and we have side A, you have side B, so that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to, the music and real music. And this is why it's important to showcase artists like yourself and showcase brothers and sisters like yourself who has a message in their music that's for growth and empowerment and have you thinking rather than, murder music. Right. On one of the tracks, one of your intros, on one of the tracks, it was talking about that. I think it was
Till I Die.
Yep, Till I Die. And the brother was saying on that, like, yo, we really in the club trying to have a good time listening to murder music. How can we have a good time? And he made a really good point in that. And in Rain, you made a bar. We was talking about bars earlier, and you was talking about, the woman and our woman, our womanhood is so important and how they have hypersexualized us. And I was having a conversation, sidebar real quick. I was having a conversation. We were standing and waiting on the kids to come out from the after school program. And one of the males made a statement. He said, these little girls are just too fast. And, they out here and they ain't got no clothes on, whatever. And I said, brother, that little girl is 10 years old. She got on a pair of jeans and a SpongeBob shirt. I think some men and women just sexualize little kids and like they can't control the fact that their bodies are developing in the way that it's developing. And I remember being a young girl and being 12 and looking 16. I wasn't trying. It just happened. And I had to bring to the brother's attention, like, this little girl got on a pair of jeans and a SpongeBob shirt. What is sexualized about that? How is she fast? And I love that you put that in your music and talk about how they have hypersexualized us, because all we see is these steak and BBLs, chicks popping it, you know, jeans up they butt, which is unsanitary. But you gotta have some class about yourself. You can be sexy with all of your clothes on. And that's one thing that I said to Future Guru 100 years ago. Like, I have never had to take off no clothes. Never. Yeah. To get the respect, to get the following, to get the opportunities that I have. And it's the way that you go about it. And we were just having dialogue. So thank you for that, man.
Praise be to Allah.
Wrapping this thing up, man, because I can have you here all day. This is awesome for me. Game for the next generation. You know, we definitely want to give them some jewels. What's the realest advice you can give to an up and coming artist who want to make it in the industry?
Perform self-analysis. Analyze yourself, basically, is what that is. And truly ask yourself and look at yourself and decide, ask yourself those questions. Why are you doing this? What is your aim? What is your purpose? What are you looking forward to doing? Where do you want it to go? Perform self-analysis. Write it down if you need to. You know, if you have that kind of mind frame, if you got one or two check boxes that say money and cars, or I want to be the next Kendrick Lamar or something, I would say, from my vantage point, it's not for you. You know what I mean? Because there's billions of rappers. There's billions of others that have those same check boxes. So if you're not going to, what impact will you bring? What value will you bring? And what makes you unique? I learned those things from Brother Ben X, and they helped me. So if you're going to be an artist starting out, answer those few questions. And then when you have answers to those, if it's bigger than you, if your vision is bigger than you and it's going to help society and help your people and be productive, not you just live and get out the hood or wherever your situation, and you got the flyest car and if it's really going to help and there's a bigger cause to it, then go for it. But that's the jewel I would give. If not, I would say do something else. Just do this as, if you really in love with the art form, and do your art. Nobody gonna tell you not to do your art, but you know,
And I love that. You know, you don't want to be self-serve, because self-serve, you know, it comes to a quick end. So many times we see a lot of artists who say they self-made and I did this and self-serve, and they don't even last not even 5 years in the game, and it's sad. They don't. And it's crazy, because they are really meal tickets to these labels and to these industries. Life insurance policies, all of those things are on them, and they are cash cows, and they don't even realize that because they're so worried about what they want. I mean, yes, self-preservation is important. You want to do things for yourself, but if you are not planting seeds to feed somebody else, the wolves is going to come and get you. That's one thing that you learn when you out there, especially when you on the block. If you don't feed your team, they're going to eat you. That's just what it is. You think I'm going to sit around you and I'm going to be hungry, and you sitting there with a nice fat cheesesteak or something and with French fries, and I'm hungry? Oh, I'm coming to get you. Right. God bless you. All right. What legacy do you want Slate Stone music to leave behind in hip hop, or not just on hip hop, but just what legacy do you want to leave here on Earth, here in the communities, here for us?
If the Creator, if Allah, God allowed me to, I would love to leave a legacy as a brother that was about his people, that did his best as a brother and as a man to provide for his family and for his community and his people. and leave a mark on the people or in this world that they could utilize and look at, but also be better from, and platform from, or catapult from. And that's the legacy I would like to leave. I'd like to be remembered for the light that was shined through me as a vessel. I'd like to be remembered for the good, you know what I mean? And for the help and service and sacrifice that some may see, some may know, some may recognize, and some may not. But the Creator knows. And in that legacy, if it be the will of the Creator, if it be the will of God, I'll be able to be in a position to allow not only my immediate family and my loved ones around me, my household, my queen, my children, but those that helped me build this legacy and parts of my legacy will be able to navigate and build from it financially and not have to worry about it. But if I can be remembered for the light and the truth and for the service and the sacrifice and helping people become better and grow from it and connect the community development and the self-improvement, then and I'm good, man. As long as I leave the world empty, all the gifts that he gave me, I've given out. I don't want to die with those gifts and jewels. I want them out.
No, that's right. I think you definitely have done that thus far. You ain't even got up out of here yet. I mean, I know you got more to give and more to pour, and this is why you got Diva Spot anytime. You and the fam, queen. Big shout out to everybody that's over there that's supporting you and keep nourishing you and pouring in you, because I've been watching you be nourished. Just because we ain't around each other all the time, and it's how ironically, the Most High brought us right back together out of all people.
That's crazy.
To bring us so close is
right.
It's a blessing. Like, that's a blessing for me. So I'm gratitude. I'm grateful for that, and I thank God for that every day. If you had to spit 4 bars right now that define your journey, what would they be?
Yeah, I seen that question, and then I started thinking, like, man, 4 bars. You know what I mean? But I got.
Hey, we'll take more.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do the whole 16, but out of all the bars that I've been blessed to put out there, especially off the Q1, I would say these 8 bars. I made mistakes, life in mud, could barely see. When I was down, them phonies clowned and laughed at me. It's the trials that made the man you hear and see. Still speaking Braille, ain't hard to tell. You feeling me? You get the God from my vessel, now he keep it G. That's force and power, Thanos snapping if you opt to me. He resurrected, no neglecting those who polish stone. Overcome my enemies, you better off to leave them alone. And then I'm going to let you get the rest off of that.
Man. So, Slate, I really appreciate you being here.
Appreciate you
guys. Make sure you follow him on social media, Slate Stone Music, on all social media platforms. Make sure you go and get that Q1 album. It's now streaming on Apple Music, on Spotify, on YouTube, and make sure you check him out and follow him. He is definitely Diva approved. I appreciate you being here, Slate. Make sure you keep doing your thing out there. Hey, listen, I've had a good time. I want to thank you guys for being here. And until we meet again, my friend, keep God first, family second, and career third. See you next time in the lounge. Live.